Here's what you missed on MAFS. She wants to submit to a legacy. He wants a submissive freak. She wants to build an empire. He wants to build a soccer team. She's into adventure, while he's into adventure films. She's the life of the party. He's the part of the PKA. And lastly, she's ready to lift off while he's ready to land his plane. They're buck wild. They are concerned. They are stupid lit, and she has hit the pit.
Is she gonna vomit?
And that's what you missed on MAFS. Hey everybody, welcome back to Taste of Reality. If you are new here, welcome and thank you for subscribing. There have been so many subscribers in the last week. I honestly, my heart can't even take it. So thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Like this video, turn on your notification bell. Let's get into this review. So this episode 1, was just as long as the matchmaking special. Holy! It's a lot to get into. Hopefully we can make it through together. First, we have Brianna and Vincent, who are so beautiful. They are so beautiful. I don't understand. Anyways, Brianna is an engineer. She's 28. Vincent is an entrepreneur. He's 28. They both are looking for someone who's ambitious, who's good with their finances, who want to build a family down the line. However, Brianna seems a little bit meticulous about her life. She is an engineer, so she's used to, being precise, being, by the book and stuff, and it does translate into her character a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how she pairs well with Vincent, who is a more free-spirited kind of person. Brianna's friend is a little skeptical about the process, it's a little hasty to marry someone at first sight. However, Vincent's friends are really eager.
That is crazy.
Yeah, man. Wedding is happening in 2 weeks.
Mrs. Morales. Mrs. Morales. We gotta cheers.
Cheers.
Mrs.
Cheers. Hey, love you guys,
Morales.
man. Thank you.
Yeah, congrats, man.
If you ask me, this looks like it's going to be a good pairing. They both seem like people who take a little bit to warm up. He's definitely reserved at first encounter, but of course, as you see the episode, you do see him open up, and she actually admitted to being told that she can be closed off.
I've been told before that I was a slow starter. I don't open up easily, especially when it would come to showing affection.
I feel like they're the type of couple who, once they get comfortable with each other and once they establish a safe space between the two of them, this is going to be very fruitful. Our next couple is Virginia and Eric. Virginia is 26 and Eric is 34. And realistically, this age gap is not that big. It's only 8 years. I say only like that's nothing. 8 years is a big deal. Okay. But it is really prevalent in this relationship because she is in party girl mode, full, I'm ready to get it cracking. It is what it is. And he's accomplished what he's accomplished. He's done all that. He wants to settle down. He wants to get married and start building a life together. And it seems like she wants a festival partner. Eric's mom is very weary about the situation, and I don't blame her. I mean, Eric has been married before, obviously does not want to go through a second divorce, and then the route that you pick is to be married at first sight. You've never met this person. It's people who you don't know matching you up with someone that you don't know. I'd be stressed.
I do have concerns about this.
I know.
There's more to marriage than just saying, I love you.
And then when you have someone like Virginia, who is a busybody and doesn't know how to sit still, really, mama's insecurities are going to be on 10. Okay, she's not the only one who is stressed. Virginia's dad is also very weary, and it seems like he's not even going to come to the wedding. I'm feeling for her because she already has admitted to having abandonment issues. There is a history of divorce in her family. Her mom was married 3 times. Her dad was married twice. She's been abandoned in relationships before, and abandonment is a big thing for your girl.
And it's funny because I always say my dog has attachment issues, and someone pointed out to me, they were like, well, you probably project your abandonment issues onto him, you both have attachment issues. And I was like, wait, that actually makes so much sense.
This is, I'm scared. I'm scared because of his career. He is a pilot, a commercial pilot, so he's gonna be away for weeks at a time. And she's like a party girl and all that stuff, and like she might lean on her partying as a crutch for when he's gone, or maybe to fill in that void. And like it just looks a little bit messy. I don't know what they were doing in this pairing, but the experts, there have been weirder pairings that are still together, and you never know until you know. So we're gonna be open-minded. Next, we have Paige and Chris. Paige is 26, Chris is 27. And honestly, Paige is giving her spiel, and I'm like, there is nothing wrong with this girl. She's sweet, she's smart, she's successful, she is sexy. Okay, sexy. So I'm just here like, what? When's the ball gonna drop? Like, she's just too nice. She's also very optimistic about this process. And her brother, I think it was her brother, maybe it was her friend, I don't know. I do remember that his name was Andre. He's here like, hey, listen, okay, marriage is no joke. A marriage is not no happy-go-lucky, good times. Like, it's serious business.
And me being married as of a year and some change, I know how difficult it is. And I dated the woman I'm with for years before we got married. So I know the challenge that you're in for.
So while her family is a little bit stressed, Chris's family, first of all, they are a vibe, okay? His grandparents, a vibe. Are you kidding? I don't know what kind of sauce has been mixed in Chris's family lineage, but I needs me some of that. I really do. They are, cautious, but they seem to be supportive. Chris himself is so high maintenance. So high maintenance, you guys. He wants, what does he want? You know what? I'll let him say it himself.
She's intelligent, submissive, sexy, good in bed, and a freak. A life without those things would be a sad Christopher with blue balls.
Where they do that at? Where they do that at? It turns out he's also an ordained minister, and I'm like, where they do that at? What? How? I don't understand. He also has been engaged twice. I mean, this guy, he proposed in what? No. He met the girl September, started dating in October, proposed in February, and they broke up shortly thereafter. And then he wants to film himself getting married. Stressed. I'm stressed. But hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened. Next, we have Haley and Jacob, who have a 10-year gap. Weirdly enough, it's a bigger gap than the other couple that I mentioned. However, they seem more in tune. They seem like they understand each other and on, well, they haven't met each other yet, but they would understand each other and are on more of an even playing field than the other two whose worlds were like literally eons apart. In this case, Haley actually has trust issues because her ex had a baby on her. They were together for 5 years. You know how jaded I would be? Oh my gosh, I don't know how she has signed up for this, having trust issues like she does. I don't know how she gonna do it. Her friends are actually more than skeptical. They didn't even think she was gonna get married at all.
I didn't think Haley was gonna get married at all, I mean, she definitely is very independent. A first date is usually very natural for her. It's just up to her discretion whether the guy gets a second date. I don't really think it's usually the guy's choice, it's usually Haley's choice.
They are, however, still optimistic about the process. They know that it has worked in the past. And I mean, if on your own volition you haven't been able to do anything, I guess trusting experts would be the best way to go. And I think that's why they're still holding out hope. So we'll see how that goes. On the other hand, we have Jacob, who admits to never have been able to commit when he was in his 20s. And now that he's approaching 40, he's like, time's a ticking. He's a hermit to the nth degree. I'm scared.
I sort of gravitate towards the 80s in general, right? Like goofy t-shirts, fanny packs, really bad movies, nerd pop culture and everything. There's something about like over-the-top, goofy optimism that I really love.
I still think that they will be able to find a happy medium. And that's my hope. But, it's up in the air for these two. Like, I knew he was a hermit, but I didn't know he was like this bad. Like, woo. So we're gonna see how this is gonna pan out. I'm holding out hope. Finally, we have Clara and Ryan. Clara is 27, Ryan is 29, and off the bat, Clara's friends are like, yes, we are down for this process. Thank you, experts. We're doing it.
Exciting. I definitely think Clara should do this because she doesn't want to date anymore, and I think she's had all sorts of different negative experiences with dating. She's such a free spirit, and I think that she's so ready to just like take that leap of faith.
She is a social butterfly and is literally always on the always on the go, as she is a flight attendant. For somebody who has a very stringent regimen like Ryan, I don't know how you being gone for, long periods of time is going to work for him. Ryan is somebody who makes the same smoothie every day, reads the same book, works out at the same time, goes to work, goes to sleep, rinse, cycle, and repeat. Wow. Like, when people put detail-oriented on their resume? No, y'all are all liars. When Ryan puts detail-oriented on his resume, he means it. He's so by the book. And she's so carefree and out there. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know. Ryan also recalls some past relationships that he had, specifically an interracial one that wasn't taken well where he grew up.
Yeah, an older lady literally come up to us and she just said, "This is not right. It's not right. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be with him." And that stuff used to really, really bug me and bother me.
I like this dynamic that they have put on the show. I know that there have been intercultural relationships, but I don't remember, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember an explicitly interracial couple, like where it's been like made known on the show, like, hey, this is an interracial couple. You know what I mean? So I'll be interested to see the dynamics with that, how they connect. I mean, he is mixed, so it's not like it's this big difference, but I'm still interested in, y'all, I'm so excited I can't even speak properly. I am still interested to see how it pans out. So now the guys are meeting up at one place, the girls are meeting up at another place, and Chris, I don't know if your full name is Christopher, but Christopher. Oh, he's so problematic. He talking about, y'all gonna have a honeymoon baby? What if she ugly? Even the men are like, okay, what's going on?
I mean, he's certainly awkward, asking a bunch of questions and what ifs that just seem really strange. Depending on how his wife is, that might be an issue for her. Because Chris is a little sketchy.
Vince's reaction so far is my favorite. He's my favorite guy, I think. And it makes sense because my favorite girl is Brianna. Brianna is a bit of me. I have to touch on Chris again for a moment. When he was talking to Pastor Dwight, it's really showing me how sporadic and impulsive he is. I mean, he recalls the whole, being engaged thing at the beginning of last year and how he was like, I understand now that was hasty. So here I am applying to be married at first sight. I'm just like, what?
I mean, now I know it was premature, but the process going through this, I felt like even though I got all this stuff working for me, my only negative is the fact that I'm fresh out of an engagement a few months ago, and that's tough. That's been tough for me, man.
Have we not learned what is going on? Even the pastor is like, He's also here talking about how he's not gonna have sex with his wife and, he would like to on the first date. Like, he was making it seem like everything is gonna go on his agenda, and it's like, oh, sir, you have no idea how it is not your decision whatsoever. It's really not. If she don't want it, it's not gonna happen. Now, if she wants it and you don't want it, obviously that's a different situation. But if she don't want it, it ain't happening. He out here talking about how I want to reproduce. What did he say?
I am 100% looking for love, not lust. But at the same time, I do believe that I've been called and I was born to be a father and to reproduce myself.
Something about reproducing myself, I was like, oh boy. But then, his girl Paige, these two, they might actually belong together. This girl Paige, I heard talking about eating booty and going raw and all this stuff, and I'm just like, oh, y'all some freaky Christians for real. He really gonna get that submissive freak. I think he found her. I think he did.
But what if he's had a sexual partner since he was last tested?
I don't know. I just don't like condoms, so it would just be one of those situations. You know, we would have to have a very honest conversation.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna move on to the wedding dress shopping and the suit shopping. I'm just gonna touch on some highlights. I'm not gonna touch everybody. It's too much. But Vincent and Brianna, come on, steal my heart. They are so adorable. Like, her dress is so her, his suit is so him, and them just, I love it.
This is exciting, fun.
Then if she likes it, she's gonna be like, oh, I really like that jacket you had on. And you're gonna be like,
I feel elegant. I feel regal.
And once you get that slit.
When I get that slit, I'm gonna feel that sexy, right?
There you go.
True to nature, Chris wants to be the flashiest groom, not of the season, of all time.
That guy is picky. It's from food to clothes to, you know, everything is in detailed decision making with him.
That's the only thing that I'm nervous about this whole thing is he's so picky.
His people know he's problematic. That's the funniest part of it all. Them people is like, that's him. He not putting it on, that's him. Then we have Virginia's stepmom who surprised her. And you cannot tell me this woman does not look like Mindy Kahn from Facts of Life. Tell me she don't. Tell me she don't. Tell me she don't, because if you say she don't, you lying. Moving on to the bachelor party, the girls are definitely more keen on having fun, and I appreciate that. Like, it's a bachelorette party. Like, you don't have to get sloppy crazy, but also don't have a stick up your bum, you know? Like, don't be like on the wall posted up doing nothing, and I like their energy. On the other hand, you have the men who are like split down the middle. A couple of them are like, this is not my scene, I don't want to be here. Who's gonna watch this and then you got Chris. Then you got Chris who comes in with his damn blow-up doll. What? And then you got Vincent talking to the stripper. I said, what? And then, biggest turn of events, Chris actually doesn't even want to talk to any of the strippers. He doesn't want to get close to them. I was shook.
In 24 hours, I will be a husband, so I don't want no parts with no strippers or anything like of that nature.
I'm like, the blow-up doll now makes sense to me. In another turn of events, Clara is the most level-headed person at the bachelorette party. She's not drinking as much as everybody else. She's making insightful comments, asking, thought-provoking questions. I'm like, huh? I'm not gonna lie. As I was watching this episode, like, sometimes she would make, like, little comments on the side, like speak under her breath, or like her confessional would be like just a little bit shady. So I had like bad feelings, like bad vibes. But now her at the bachelorette party, where like I really would have seen her, like if she was like drinking, her inhibitions are, lowered. That's a saying I'm not gonna claim because I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but her guard is down and she was very insightful. So I'm just like, what is going on? I'm y'all throwing me for a loop up in here. No one was loopier than poor Virginia. This girl, she done drank too damn much, found herself sick in the toilet.
I want to continue partying and do what I want when I get married. I just want him to add to it. Like, I want a husband who is like, yeah, you want to go out, let's go out. Like, I want someone who's gonna add to those fun times, I guess.
and you want to get married? Not to say married people can't drink, but like, this is something that she does occasionally. No, not occasionally, like frequently. I am concerned. So when she's going out every weekend to the club, is she getting this sloppy every time? Babe, listen, I'm 24. We have outgrown that. No. We finally make it to the wedding day, and they touch on a couple stories, but the one that they focus most on is Clara and Ryan. Clara says she wants a spicy, racially ambiguous man. And the only thing spicy about Ryan is his haircut. That man is so vanilla.
Where he's like, he's got some flavor in there, but you don't really know where the flavor's from. Okay. And like an average 6 foot, 6'1". I feel like that's what I picture for myself.
His letter was really sweet, okay? His letter was really sweet. The blindfold thing was really sweet. But when push comes to shove, I don't think they're gonna vibe. I don't think it's gonna work. That's basically the end of this episode. They do show a little bit of the wedding like actually going on, but obviously we're gonna get the full footage next week, so I might as well just wait until then. So far my predictions are Vincent and Brianna. They better work. They have to work. They literally have to work for me, just for me. On my list is also Haley and Jacob, and I know he's like a hermit and like obsessed with the 80s, and it's a lot, but I think they can bring out stuff in each other that will actually complement each other. I'm hopeful. I think this will work. In my first impressions video, I also had said Clara and Ryan, but now I don't know. Now I'm very on the fence with them. So my for sure's are Brianna Vincent, Haley Jacob. On the fence is Clara and Ryan. And it absolutely ain't gonna happen. Absolutely ain't gonna happen. Is Paige and Chris. I would love for you guys to prove me wrong. But as of right now, I don't see it. And then the probably not gonna work out is Virginia and Eric. Lives are too contrasting. I know this was long. This is one of my longer reviews. These are some long episodes, okay? So it's gonna take a little bit of time. But if you made it to this end, thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment, be in the comments, and I'll see you guys next week for another review.